Engineering. Engineering isn't just about engineering. It's about a lot of things. It's about solving many problems. As a result, there are many forms of engineering. For example, there are civil engineers, there are mechanical engineers, there are structural engineers, aerospace engineers, aeronautical engineers, electrical engineers, and so many more. But today we're going to be focusing on what exactly a civil engineer does and how it compares to other fields of engineering. In a simple sense, a civil engineer is someone who works on the physical public infrastructure that supports our daily lives. So they would be expected to work on the roads, the dams, the tunnels, and the bridges, as well as the buildings. Because of this, a civil engineer needs to be able to move from project to project, and each project has a different task. For example, one might be asking to build a tunnel, another might be asking to build a bridge or a building. And so as a result, a civil engineer needs to be able to move from project to project with a general understanding of all of these wide variety of topics. And so they don't need to go back to a university to understand how a, let's say, tunnel works, to build on a tunnel. And then if they were to work on a building, they don't need to go back to university to learn how a building works. So a civil engineer kind of has a wide sample of everything at once. For example, civil engineers are asked to build dams. As a result, a civil engineer might have a small understanding of hydrology, which is the study of water. And so they might be able to apply that to how to understand how the water flowing through the dam might stress it. But then that understanding of hydrology might also be able to be applied to the construction of buildings, to understand how water might flow through a building when it rains, or how water flows across a road, to see how water stresses out a road over time. But what about a civil engineer versus a mechanical engineer? What is the difference? As I said earlier, a civil engineer is someone who has a broad understanding of topics. As a result, they don't understand all the little small intricacies of everything. So all the other kind of forms of engineering are more specialized. And so, for example, a civil engineer might be asked to build a building. And so they would focus on the structure of the building and how they would build it. But what about all the inside stuff? What about the electronics or the elevators or escalators? The elevators and escalators would be dealt with by a mechanical engineer, someone who understands the intricacies of small machines and understands how that would be integrated into the whole structure of the building. So in a simple sense, all the other fields of engineering are more specialized. A civil engineer is someone who kind of has a wide taste of everything, and they use that general knowledge to put multiple projects together that have different tasks. So a civil engineer is someone who focuses on a wide variety of things at once. They're capable of handling multiple projects with multiple tasks, whereas other forms of engineering deal with all the small little problems that might pop up, let's say a water leak or maybe an electrical problem. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this pretty short video about civil engineers, and there are a lot of different topics or fields to study in engineering. And so I encourage you, if you're interested in engineering but you don't know what to do, to look at all of these different fields, because eventually you're going to find something that works. That being said, thank you for watching.